Hey everybody, welcome to or back to my channel, My Kind of Stuff, and today we are going to be playing Scathe Survive. Alright, so Scathe Survive is a little kind of game I came up with. I picked my top 15 horror books that I have read this year, and I'm gonna kind of put them. It's technically a tier list, but I'm going to decide if I were a character in the book, if I would be slashed, if I would come out scathed, or if I would survive with no problems. And honestly, I doubt there are many that I think I will survive, but let's hop into it. All right, so like I said, I just picked my top 15 horror books that I read this year. If you want to participate too, obviously feel free. Make sure you tag me in the video because I'd love to check it out. And you could do this with books, you could do this with movies, kind of however you want to do it. So let's start here with devolution. Um, and so I think that I would probably be slashed in this book. Um, it's Bigfoot's. It literally is a massacre that the entire like small community gets slaughtered. Uh, I doubt that I would come out any different. I mean, it's a Bigfoot. He's big. He has inhuman strength. He is ferocious, and there was more than one of them. So yeah, I don't think I'm making it out of that situation alive. Obviously, I am doing this as if I were a character in a book and not actually myself, because if I was myself, I probably wouldn't get myself into most of the situations in these horror books. But that being said, the next one is The Devil Takes You Home. Um, this is another one I'm pretty sure I would get slashed. It is very gruesome. It is brutal. It's technically there's no like monster per se, but the people are the monsters and they are out there unaliving people in very gruesome ways, and it's just a bunch of big burly men, and I don't think I stand a chance against them, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna say that in The Devil Takes You Home, I would probably also be slashed. We're off to a great start. Then we have Super Size Island. Now, this one was really fun, kind of a goofy horror. You end up shipwrecked on this island with all these big, ginormous animals that would normally be very small, but they are very large and they are out to get you. I think I would be able to survive this one. I would probably come out scathed, so we're gonna go scathed here. Um, because I'm certain I would fall to some sort of injury. I'm very ungraceful, and even if it wasn't from one of the animals, it'd probably just be from me running through the jungle for my life. But I think I would be able to find a hiding place until we got help, and yeah, I think I would be able to survive, but I would definitely come out scathed, just based on the setting alone. Then we have World War Z, another Max Brooks book. That's hard to say. um, oop, I think World War Z, I would probably also just come out scathed. It's zombie apocalypse, but I think if you're smart, shit's gonna get real, but you have the potential to survive, right? Like everyone at least has a shot. So yeah, we'll go scathed there. Then we have Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. This one was utterly ridiculous. It's a horror that takes place in kind of like an IKEA. The whole book, if you have the physical copy, looks like an IKEA catalog. It's super funny, kind of campy and goofy. This is another one I'm pretty sure I would survive, but I think just based off of the things happening in the book, a lot of supernatural elements and like just strange, weird stuff happening, I'm bound to get injured somehow. Uh, but I do think I would make it out because again, it's just paranormal, but it's like flooding rooms and just breaking legs and like there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening. But I think that I would at least survive. Then we have Hunted by Darcy Coates. This is another kind of like a found footage, uh, sort of Bigfoot-esque, I guess, horror. It takes place in the woods, but the woods get really confusing and they're easy to get lost in. I think because of the ending, and I'm not gonna say what happens at the end because I don't want to ruin it. I think because of the ending, I would be able to come out probably scathed, but I think that I would survive. As long as I played it smart. And unfortunately, some of the people in the book don't, but some of them do. I think that it is possible to survive that one. Camp Damascus. This one, I'm pretty sure I would easily survive. Honestly, the demons, whatever, bad guy, I don't know. I guess they're demons in here. They seem to, they're being fed children, but really like they'll take anything. So I think as long as I played it smart, I could probably get away from the demon without much of an issue. Then we have Don't Fear the Reaper, which is the last book in the Angels of Indian Lake trilogy. See, this one is hard. Like, I want to say that I would survive, but some of the stuff happening in here, man, it was rough, and I think I would be scathed. Like, I'm not sure I would come out of that one fully okay. So yeah, we're gonna go scathed there. Then we have Camp Slaughter. Technically, this is a whole trilogy. Camp Slaughter is book one. I read all three of them and absolutely adored them, but I am certain I wouldn't survive this. Ignacio, he is a cannibal. He has inhuman strength. He has inhuman hearing. He is a force of nature on his own, and he's smart too. Like he seems kind of slow, like as you read him as a character, but he's tricky, man. He is tricky, and I don't think I stand a chance at all. Then we have The Haunting of Blackwood House. Um, honestly, just a haunted house. I think I might be okay. I'd probably survive that one. A lot of weird crap happens. There's definitely like some demons latching onto people kind of element, but it seems like as long as you were smart and like realized something was happening and got out, it'd probably be okay. And I feel like I would probably be one of the characters in the book that was smart enough to like remove themselves from the situation. Then we have Dead Silence. Yeah, I would not survive this. I wouldn't. First of all, it's in space. I'm not a freaking astronaut. I have no clue. But not only that, like it's just so eerie and creepy, and like you're fighting these things in your head mostly, but like they're making other people go crazy and they're unaliving each other, and like things just go wild in here. Highly recommend. This was one of the best books I've read this year as far as a horror goes. Top tier. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, I definitely don't think I'd be making it out of that one alive. Then we have Nosferatu, which is kind of like a vampire-esque book, but this vampire feeds on children. He has a special little Christmas land that he takes them all to. And I Honestly, like, he's scary and he's a force to be reckoned with. I know people survive in here, but I don't think I'd be one of them. I certainly, like, the poor girl who does survive, man, does she take a beating, and I absolutely love her for it. She is a fantastic final girl, but, would never be me. So yeah, definitely another slash. Then we have Mr. Mercedes, which is the first book in the Mr. Mercedes trilogy by Stephen King. I've only read the first book so far, but the villain in here basically likes to run people down with his bends. And I think that, like, I'm teetering between slash and scathe here because, like, what if he only clipped you, right? You'd probably just come out scathed. But if he full on ran you over, like, if it was in a crowd though, like, what are the odds? I think I might go scathed here just because, like, he could also completely miss you, right? It just kind of depends. So we'll just go for scathed right in the middle, because it's all going to depend on where he's aiming that vehicle. Next, I have come out, come out. I think that I would probably be slashed in this one as well. The, like, demon in here is you can't really see him. He's more of like a force. He can manipulate your mind. He can make you forget things. He can make you very confused, and he can also physically harm you as well. So yeah, I don't. That seems like a hard one to survive. I'm gonna go with I'd probably be slashed here. And our last one is Succulina. And this one, oh, I'd definitely be slashed. It takes place on a ship in the middle of the ocean, and there's nowhere to go for safety. Like, what are you gonna do if you're attacked on a ship in the middle of the ocean? Sure, you could get out of the ship, but, like, does that really solve anything? Because whatever's attacking your ship is also in the water, and if you're in the middle of the ocean, you're not swimming to shore. Uh, yeah, I think you just get slashed in that case. So, yes, those were my top 15 horror books I read this year, and I think this was a fun way to just kind of go back through and remember them and play a little game with it. Again, if you decide to play /scathe survive for yourself, definitely tag me in the video because I would love to see how everyone else thinks that they would fare in the horror books that they've read. Or horror movies, I think, would be another great idea for this type of game too. Um, that being said, if you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future content. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.